All right. Hi there. Welcome. So, this is kind of an odd one, honestly, and I can understand that. Of what we are going to do is that you can see you're probably going to be seeing a lot of me from this spot. This is my, computer desk right now at my apartment. So you start thinking it's not exactly the same setup that we've had in the past. The idea here is that today's just a day to learn as to what we are going to be doing and how you are going to be learning all of your material and all of your assignments and everything else in a new way and new fashion. So every single day, we're going to start the exact same way. You're going to see up on the screen of a agenda for the day, the goals of your homework, everything that we have done since the very, very beginning of class since August. But now it's just in a different manner. So you can see, let's start out first with our agenda. We are going to first learn about the new distance learning process. What do I expect? What are the expectations from you? What exactly does the school expect you to do? How are we going to continue today? That's where we're going to start out. Then we just learn about all the different things that we need in order to be successful. So I'm going to teach you about your new formative class. We're going to use Canvas like mad during this entire process. So I need to go and teach you about what we're going to do with changes there. Then we have some tasks. I got to know what I can do personally as a teacher with some of these apps. And then finally, I want you to go and try them today. That's kind of our agenda for the day and what I want you to get done for the week. And once we do that, you're fine and we can start actual learning and actual, assignments, lessons, everything at the start of next week is kind of the idea. So let's start out of just the new distance learning process. A bunch of you are probably really, really confused as to what you are going to be doing, how you're going to be accomplishing this, of what exactly are your expectations. And honestly, if you had read my email, the idea is we're kind of up in the air with you. Of us as educators, we want you to succeed in the best way, in the best manner. Of specifically, we're going and we're saying, like, how do assignments look? How do assessments look? Of in physics, how are we going to be able to do labs? And it really is, it's kind of just we're playing it by ear. So here's kind of my idea for my class. I'm going to be posting a couple of times a week, probably Monday, Wednesday, Friday, of new videos, new assignments, new lessons, much in this manner that you see right in front of you. Of my expectation is that you go, you watch these videos, you learn the content, you interact with me on like our Zoom and we can have our Zoom sessions together of you ask me questions via our discussion board, via our email, whatever in the world we can have to make you all successful. That's our number one goal, is to make sure that this tumultuous time and upcoming is not going to affect your education nearly as much as what I think you're expecting. So that's our idea. Of I know that Dr. Grummick has sent you like a agenda as to what she wants to have you do, and the problem with that is that some of the time the agenda just doesn't work. Of that a lot of you have families and siblings and things to be doing during this time. The agenda is there as a guide. It is not there as a absolute end all be all tool that you have to be able to accomplish at that time. It's merely saying, please, 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 please stay up to date on your learning and on your education. Of even me, I'm going to have assignments, and these assignments, they're going to be due in a couple of days, in a week. It's going to be really, really odd, and it's a new track and a new trek for both of us, and that's okay. But we're going to be learning together. Now, we've done videos like this, not quite like this, but of me going and you talking, working through it. Thankfully, this isn't something really, really new. However, with us being fully just by itself online, there are going to be some things that you have to learn. The first one is, how am I going to assess you? Meaning, how do I ask you questions? Most of the time I've done that with practice problems or quizzes every now and then, labs, tests. I'm not able to do any of that. So I'm stealing a page from math, and I know how much you all enjoy formative, but for what it is, it works out really, really well. So we're going to be using it too. So the first thing that we want to do is that if I go over, this is our new formative page. I know, hopefully, the idea is that you've done this before, but I will show you even later that I am hoping for you to go and to join this formative page. So what you are going to do is you go, hopefully everyone has a login. You shouldn't sign up since you all have it in math class, I'm assuming. But if you need to, log in, sign up using your student email. This is our new class code. You join our class, and then I can assign you questions. And hopefully you're going to be working on 3 questions for me today even, just so that I can learn what in the world we're able to do using this application. So that's our first thing. If you want to pause the video and go and do that now, fantastic, please do. If not, then follow along still with me. After our formative, though, you can see what we are going to be doing is I'm going to be going online, and I'm going to show you your Canvas page. I'm going to show you what our formative is going to look like, what's our questionnaire. I want you to go through Zoom, so I'm going to go and download Zoom with you and show you everything there. Know that our first Zoom meeting is this Friday at 2 p.m. So I want you to go and be able to access that also. Hopefully you and I can then interact as opposed to me just being on a video, and that would be a lot of fun. So we would do that this Friday at 2 p.m. and hopefully that's our day. So let me first show you Canvas. If I close out of this and I go straight into, not our Canvas. This is our Canvas page, and let me get this out of the way and move me a little bit out of the way. So if I go and I make myself smaller over to the side, you can see this Canvas page is exactly as to what we've done in the past, but you're going to have a new Unit 7 every single day. And if I post something, I'm going to go and I am going to post it right here in this spot. That's going to be our first part. The second part is that, yes, I'm still using this assignments tab, and yes, I am still going to be using the other tabs as what we've had in the past, but you have 2 new tabs also that you need to know of. The first one is going to be announcements. Announcements is what ends up happening. If you notice, there's no announcements right now because your class hasn't actually started. The first announcement comes out this Thursday. So every single time I'm going to go give out an announcement, it's going to have a link, and that link is going to be this video. You know that Canvas really is not the greatest with videos, and unfortunately that makes it difficult for me. We've had times where the video is just too large to be uploaded before, and if that happens, then I was really, really struggling to find another video website, and I was like, okay, well, come on, you all know what it is. It's YouTube. So I'm going to go and this is just my professional YouTube. I've used it like twice, obviously, you can see in like the past 2 years. But I'm going to be uploading any of these videos onto this YouTube page and posting the link on that announcement. Then we're just going to go through the lesson. You're going to learn the material. There might be a lab in there as to what we can do and do everything in that way. But YouTube really is going to be a really, really great resource for us. So that's our first part. Our second part is that instead of announcements, you have this discussions page down here at the bottom. Now, as I said, again, I have one discussion for you. The discussion page is meant to be a first line of defense between both you and I. In class, it was really, really simple for people to go and raise their hand and be like, hey, Mr. Tate, can you help me with this? I don't quite understand this concept, and we don't have that back and forth. The problem, though, is that if you were just to send me an email, then every other class member loses out on that opportunity. So what I want you to do is I want you to go to this discussions page and then post there. So in order to try it, and again, the entire point of today is trying things, is to go to this discussions page. Whenever this opens up, This Thursday at 7 a.m., there's going to be a list of instructions as to what I want you to do. Every single student should hopefully go and be able to complete these. And again, it's just meant as a test as to what we are able to do to make sure that all of our equipment works on Nerinx's side, that my laptop's working fine, that our Canvas isn't going to get overloaded, and then also that your equipment all works. So every single student needs to go and complete this. Then, after our discussion page, you'll see the next thing that you have is you have a formative. This is our home page for just formative whenever I create something. If you notice, we have one formative starting questionnaire. I want you to go in. It's 3 questions. It is not for a grade. Again, it's just meant for me and you to test this. Go in, try these 3 questions. Check. Done. Then, if you have not already, I went and I sent you this email, Physics Moving Forwards, earlier this week, talking about how I kind of envisioned this entire distance learning thing going. And in that email, I went and I had a link to this Google Forms. I'm hoping to Zoom with you. Zoom is a live chat. It's literally me, again, sitting here, and you all at your hopeful desk now going and talking with us and just saying, hey, how's everything going? It can be a quick check-in. It could say, I didn't understand that question. Can we do it together? And absolutely, we could. Well, that's part of this possibility, but it's able for that direct connection that we're really, really needing and that you all need as students. So what I'm wanting to do is that I went and I just gave you options as to specific times in which you want to have a Zoom schedule. The entire idea is to have a schedule of some sort of you doing all of your assignments at 3 a.m. As much as your sleep schedule is probably messed up right now, is not going to be effective. You have to have some sort of schedule. So with your schedule, what you are going to do is you go and you figure out exactly where each Zoom is going to be best for you. It's not necessarily best as in like, oh my gosh, think of it like personal preference. It's really saying, what would you prefer? And we're just going to go majority rules, and every single time that it is available, I'm going to be on, and if I'm not able to, I will let you all know in advance. But even if you can't make these Zoom sessions, that's okay. Think of it like it's not really contact as much, but like office hours of it's a time for you to come and ask me questions. And I'm just going to be sitting here on my computer just waiting, and you hop in, you ask a couple of questions, you leave. That's fine. It's merely meant as a way for you to come and interact with me. So this is our Zoom. Now, let's talk about Zoom a little bit more. The very first thing is that a lot of you are probably saying, what in the world is Zoom and how in the world do I work it and exactly what it is? It's an application. So you could do this a couple of ways. The first way is that if you just literally Google Zoom, Zoom, and press enter, the very first link will give you this. This is just the original homepage for Zoom. And what you do is you type in or copy paste a meeting ID at that time, and it will give you to a meeting. Fantastic. So if you notice on the very, very edge, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? This is our meeting idea or meeting ID for this Zoom meeting on Friday. You copy that, you paste it into the page, you hit join, you're in. You probably need a pair of headphones, AirPods, something of the sort that allows for you to connect with your laptop. But besides that, that's going to be fine. If you like to do it this way online, that's fine. Another way that you can do it is you can download it. And if you download Zoom, this is going to be the application just homepage again. And you can go and you say, okay, meetings, join. If I press join again, it's going to give me a meeting ID. You would type in the same thing. Something else, though, that you can do is you can look at your schedule and you could say, okay, can I meet with Mr. Tate on this day? And absolutely. Or do I have any meetings coming up? What exactly is done? Either way, it's a way for you to know and for you to understand and learn. This is the idea. The entire point of distance learning is for all of us, your teachers, to be connected with you still in this way and in this manner. So, as soon as you do that, if you notice that we wanted to learn of Zoom, its application, make sure to respond. Hopefully, you and I will be able to talk this Friday. Of course, I can't make attendance mandatory, but the entire idea is that you learn and you understand. So if at any point you do need that application, then you have it right there in front of you. But hopefully, if you complete everything here that you see, all of the tasks for this day on Thursday or Friday of this week, you're done. That's it for the day. Next week, we're going to really start with our content and our curriculum. We're going to try and figure out how this works and what exactly we need to do. And then that's it. Homework wise, as long as you're able to complete all these tasks, as long as you are specifically able to do everything interconnected and so that you have that interaction with me, we're fine. So, again, I miss you all. I really do wish that this wasn't happening, but we work with what we got. And hopefully, I will see you all this Friday. Let me know if you have any questions. But as always, everyone, thank you.